Oh my God. We're going to talk about something serious today. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, but I'm being productive. But first, let's talk about a little bit of life updates. So, I went to Williamsburg, Virginia. That was really fun with my family. I also went to Virginia's Eastern Shore with my family, and that actually was amazing too. Very beautiful. I saw Chincoteague Island, and I also saw just that area, Wallops Island, NASA, whatever you call it. It's there down there. Um, I turned 22 years old. My birthday was a week ago today. Um, I'm getting old. My God. The air conditioning broke in my house 3 weeks ago, and it was just so painful and horrible. And I made it through that. Yeah. Also, what's going on right now in the world is a little crazy. North Korea's, going insane. Um, you know, Charlottesville. Whew, that's a mess. Um, I mean, this is how the world is. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. But yeah, I mean, my life's doing well. I mean, nothing. I'm moving back to Canada in 17 days or something. I don't know the exact countdown, but it's soon. All right, it's soon. And I'm editing videos I filmed on my birthday last week about Brazil. And I just revamped my main channel. Yeah, I don't think you guys, before we get into this other stuff, for my YouTube, for my second channel, I don't know if I'm gonna revamp it or not, or I don't know if I'm actually gonna make super public. I'll tweet that it I have a second channel video up, but I don't think I'm gonna post on Snapchat, Instagram anymore because I'm gonna be posting main channel videos a lot more regularly. So that's just a lot of content. I feel like that would turn people off. I don't know. Let me know what you think. What I should do. So let's go on to the main topic of this video. I'm not gonna go on for 15 minutes. No, I don't have time for that. I have to edit 4 more videos, make 5 thumbnails, and upload them all with descriptions and tags. So I want to get that done by 8:30, 9 o'clock latest. And I've already been doing this shit for 2 hours and 45 minutes. So basically, yeah, okay, so I think that there's 4 parties in this whole thing, right? A few disclaimers. I'm not a person of color. Obviously, you can tell, what's the difference? I can't tell. All right, I've lived a pretty privileged lifestyle. The only thing that takes away from that a little bit in some situations is my homosexuality, but whatever. So I can sympathize a tiny bit, step my foot in the pond of experiencing stupid shit and discrimination. But you have the neo-Nazis, that's just they can fuck off. I don't understand why you're so hateful. But there are organizations that help people leave white supremacy and get out of that. And I think that that's a big important thing. And I think that we should, highlight those organizations and give them the resources they need to help bring people out of white supremacy. I think that's important. I also think that there's another group which is kind of left. They are the left, kind of, not the whole thing, but they're leftish. They hover around that. And they're the people who are really, against this, obviously, as is everyone else. But they're on Twitter. They're calling for violent, not calling for violence. They're they have all this anger, which is same. We are allowed to feel. We are allowed to have thoughts and opinions and all of that stuff. Beauty of living in a country like this. But I think that when we have this anger, we have to kind of use it and use it effectively to kind of fight the good fight and get people to understand why they're doing is so wrong. And I feel sometimes this group on the left is angry and they're reactionary and they don't think of a solid plan, how do we do this? You know what I'm saying? If the problem is white supremacy and Nazism, it's how do we deal with this? How do we do this? You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of stuff let's kill Nazis and stuff. And you're allowed to feel your anger 100%. It's your social media. Post what you want. But just a constructive criticism. I think it's important that we take our anger and we use it in a way that can kind of fuel are like, you know, fight the good fight, if you know what I mean. Not to say I'm like a professional on like ways to do your activism. I'm not judging anyone. It's whatever. I'm just saying like maybe we can like use this anger as fuel to make this fight a lot more clever and a lot more strategic, if you know what I mean. For example, highlighting these organizations that help people leave white supremacy. Like if we treat neo-Nazism and these ideologies as like diseases, more or less, like heavy on the quotation marks, then I think that we can help people move away from this hatred, because I think that some of them aren't complete, utter lost cases, you know? I'm not saying let's give neo-Nazis a platform and treat their opinions as possible equal ones in any kind of conversation. I'm just saying, hey, if you have doubts, here's an organization. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people like that. And the more people they lose in their ideological whatever, the more people the less people we have to fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. Yeah, and then there's this group of like people on the right, conservative-ish, you know, and you know, they're obviously against neo-Nazis, but they get like caught up in the wrong thing. They're like, oh well, liberal hypocrisy, these are the same people that tell us to, you know, blah 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 blah. And it's like, listen, like that's a conversation that you can have and that you need to have and that we all need to have, we all need to talk about. But like when we're really like time sensitive with this stuff, like neo-Nazism and climate change and, you know, stuff like that, I feel as if maybe that's a conversation we can have tomorrow, you know, and that we need to really like focus on fighting this kind of neo-Nazi rhetoric and the fact that we're kind of treating it as equal and stuff. And I think that you need to have conversations with people on the left and like really get to understand each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, you know, and then there's like people who don't give a shit or like they're caught in the middle or whatever. And I think that those people, like, I understand that it's tough to engage. Trust me, been there, done that. It fucked up my mental health. And I only, like, I'm very careful about how I engage. I'm very careful with my emotions and stuff like that. And I really put my mental health above everything else now. And that way I've become so much more compassionate and clearer and better thought in, like, how to engage with this stuff, right? So I hope all of this made sense. I think that neo-Nazism, fascism, all of that's just disgusting. And that if you believe in any of that, you know, maybe it's not the best idea. It's like the worst idea, frankly honest. And, you know, being a Nazi isn't compatible with being a nice, compassionate person. So, you know, check out, you know, these organizations that will help you, like, leave white supremacy, you know? Like, if you are just batshit crazy into it, then, like, I can't help you. But, like, if you have doubts, you know, or there's just something going on in your mind, then just, you know, check out these organizations. Yeah, I hope this made sense. This is just my opinion. I'm not an expert on any of this stuff. And I hope that I contributed to the conversation in a positive way. I think that, you know, it's important to educate ourselves on race in this country and the history of it and the sociological aspects and economic aspects and all that stuff. I think it's important that we listen to voices of people of color. I think it's important that we uplift those voices and that on our day-to-day life, we be loving, we be caring, we check ourselves, be like, oh, did my racial bias come through? And that we continuously try to work on ourselves to be better people in every aspect, including like diminishing as much as possible our racial bias as white people. So, you know, maybe I'll make a follow-up on this to get into more details. But yeah, life is good. I think that, you know, my calmness and my like way I'm engaging with this topic, I think is the most healthy way, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, I hope you guys are good. Don't forget to hit the like button, or don't. I don't know, whatever. It's my second channel. I don't care. And go check out my main channel videos, because if you are like really engaged to this whole national conversation and fight for human rights, but you just need to take a step back for like 10 minutes and relax and just breathe and get yourself back together, go watch a video about a paradise island in Brazil. The playlist links are in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, and let me know if you like these videos, because I don't know if I'll keep making them. Bye.